Hello dear students, today's topic is about offshoring or offshore production, in other words. So today we'll talk about try to define the term offshoring and its the differences between the offshoring and outsourcing and etc. So in the next slide of our presentation, we'll touch to contents of the presentation. In this presentation, we'll talk about the introduction to outsourcing, offshoring and evaluation, models of offshoring, evaluation and causes of offshoring, and some examples of offshoring is the IT offshoring, you can say, and the economic impact of IT offshoring and advantages and benefits of offshoring. We'll talk about that. So here, introduction to outsourcing. Outsourcing can be defined as designating the use of goods and services produced outside the enterprise. Outsourcing can occur within the country where the enterprise is located, domestic outsourcing, or abroad outsourcing, you can see. Outsourcing is assigning work to a third party for the production of goods or rendering services. Types of outsourcing can be domestic, in-house, domestic outsourcing, offshore, in-house, and offshore outsourcing. Now offshoring. Offshoring is defined as the transfer of workers' productivity to abroad as part of outsourcing or as part of an in-house transfer of work. Why offshoring? Offshoring allows U.S. companies to capture economic values by creating markets, jobs, and production of goods in other countries. Offshoring area. Major jobs offshored are in the fields of information technology, financial services, human resources, purchasing, and manufacturing. So here you can see types of offshoring. Production offshoring or IT enabled offshoring and innovation offshoring. Models of offshoring. Global shared services, mass insourcing, something like captive centers. This is followed primarily to combine internal operations to large centers. Hybrid model, known as dual shore, 30% work on site and 70% offshore. Multi-sourcing model having multiple offshores to get wide range solutions or best of breed strategy. Global delivery model, also termed as blended outsourcing. This model has advantage of backup delivery locations in case of failures. And build operate transfer model. Company can create a shared service or development center in offshore and manage it for a limited period of time. By signing a contract with an offshoring corporation, this ensures quick time to achieve stability in the project progress. Evaluation and cause of offshoring. So, evaluation. Initially, offshoring started with the blue-collar jobs in early 70s. By 80s, white-collared jobs also started moving to other countries. Development of internet accelerated R&D and manufacturing offshoring. Reasons: competitive pressure, access to skilled personnel, and long-term benefits, lack of skilled labor, decrease in work age population, and cost cutting. So here in this part you can see IT offshoring. Types of IT offshoring: off-site or offshore outsourcing model, and on-site offshore model, and global delivery models. And here also you can see some offshoring vendor evaluation criteria, and the next one is the jobs impacts. These are low skilled and repetitive jobs, call centers, and complex IT jobs and product designs and manufacturing and R&D jobs. So, what's the economic impact of offshoring? So, first, skilled labor at cheap price will boost the economy in developed countries. You know, there are students offshoring. If we try to define it more easily way, that the offshoring is producing something in the developing countries in order to achieve the cheap price. That's the primary impact to the economy of the offshoring. And you can see some past fashion trends like H&M and Zara. These are also using the offshoring production, which choose the other developing countries to produce their production to achieve the much lower price, or to sell their production in a cheaper prices. And the next one is creation of new wealth and jobs in developing countries. As I above mentioned, offshoring is the settling their factory in the developing countries, and they give the low salary in the developing countries to their workers, and they also can be jobs can be new jobs to the people who live in the developing countries. And the next one is, with the theory of comparative advantage, both countries can enjoy greater total consumption and well-being in aggregate by trading with each other. And the next one is, offshoring firms to lower costs and save scarce resources. And the next, capture domestic market and generate revenues. What goes around comes around. Developing countries look back at US for more complex work. And the next one is, total exports from US companies to India, China have grown manifold. And the last one is, economic benefits are also linked to improved political relations. So, some examples of offshoring is the producing IT technology in India and China. So here you can see some reasons why India and China is chosen for offshoring. Here are some numbers. Can say the reasons, as you see. And how effective is offshoring? How effective is? This is develop better products and services and the costs and time and quality. They achieve the cheaper costs, and they in the developing countries people works much more time in their factory than others. Therefore, they achieve the produce so many products in a short time. And the quality, of course, in the producing their products in the developing countries, it's much more easy, because they have to pay cheaper to their workers, and they have much money to achieve the producing the quality products. So, value adds from offshoring, time zone advantage. So you can see here, and skilled and low cost labor. These are the advantages of the offshoring. So, quality maintains here, and the security issues of the IT technology by offshoring here. And the other major benefits. You can see here some more important examples of the major benefits. I will try to read for you. And these are flexibility, eliminating hiring and termination costs, and also reducing waiting time. And of course, they produce more products, and their consumers do not have to wait too much time. That's the main point of the business, as you know. So offshoring is proportional to growth, as you can see here, and also another benefits of sourcing IT services to India, you can see here in the picture. So that was all for today. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, you can write on the model. Thank you.